The most convincing case I've ever heard for why real life may actually just be a simulation was not from The Matrix, but from Futurama. Let me explain. In the latest episode of Futurama, the professor creates a simulation of their entire universe, and eventually he's able to make it so close to their own reality that, naturally, the crew begins to care for their simulated counterparts and question whether or not they're in a simulation too. The professor quickly shuts down this idea, stating that it's preposterous. But in response, the crew brings up 3 increasingly compelling points that I've never heard before regarding simulation theory. Point number 1. The professor asks, how could anyone care for any kind of artificial intelligence, knowing at its core, it's nothing more than a bunch of zeros and ones? And to counter that, Leela brings up that we're nothing more than a bunch of atoms, and yet together we are more. Like zeros and ones, atoms don't have consciousness. They can't think on their own. But yet the things that make us conscious human beings are quite literally only made up of atoms. So are atoms really that different than zeros and ones? And if that's the excuse for being unfeeling towards AI, should we also be unfeeling toward each other?